Hey, this is Andrew with Pickleball Hangout, and thanks for hanging out with me today. Our topic today is to go over the scoreboard that you may have seen on some of our more recent videos. As you can see here, I have DaVinci Resolve 18.6. This is my video editor of choice. And the project is a DaVinci Resolve archive file that we'll be importing. I'll make sure to have this folder available to you in the description below. So we'll go into the project manager here and just right click and restore the project archive. So I'm going to go in here and find my scoreboard template, and I've called it pickleball match template.dra, and that's just a DaVinci Resolve archive file. So we'll restore that, and then we'll have access to all the media that I'm going to include with it. So we'll go ahead and rename this Match 4 Game 1, and it's importing the project. So then we'll open the project, and look at that. We have a bunch of media already in place on the timeline. So you can see all the scoreboard numbers, the pickleball balls for server 1 and 2. I generally use the blue numbers for the live score and the black or transparent numbers for the static score of previous games. First thing we're going to do is we're going to change up the scoreboard. This one's blank, but I already have one that's pre-built, so we'll drag that in here and then we'll replace it. So deleted the old scoreboard, the blank one, and let's take a look and see how that looks. So we'll drag it out a little bit, and right here, what do we notice? We notice it's taking up the full screen, so that's not good. We don't want that to happen. So let's undo this real quick, bring the old scoreboard back. It's in the correct place, and what we'll do is we'll just bring that new scoreboard onto the timeline in the same location as the blank scoreboard. And then we're going to right click on the old scoreboard, copy, and then we're going to go select the new scoreboard. Zoom in here, right click and paste attributes. It's Alt-V also if you're on the keyboard, but this is easier for demonstration. Let's apply all of the attributes. And now, the scoreboard's in the correct location. So then we can drag it all across the timeline and get started on this video edit. So I did mention that this is going to be game 1, not game 3, so let's go ahead and get that changed. And let's go ahead and get the names of our opponents changed as well. And as you can see, we have Team 1 serve, Team 2 serve, Game 1, Team 1, Game 2, Team 2. And so we'll go ahead and drag our media file in, but the Team 1 is always going to match up between where the balls are for the serve and where the numbers are for the score. So now that we have all of our information in, let's take a look at a few points or a few exchanges of serve. And we're going to start with game 1. Who starts the serve? Looks like Hunter has the ball, and looks like we are Team 1. So we're going to go ahead and delete those first two, and then just drag over the second server symbol for Hunter. And then let's just move over the first server, second server on the other side, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the match. All right, first serve 0-0-2. And as you can probably see, we need to stop that and go ahead and get the score correct. So We'll go ahead and trim that out. That's not going to change. Second serve is over. But now let's clean up this scoreboard situation a little bit and get the correct score in place. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of the scores. And then we're going to make a copy of the set of blue numbers that we can drag over onto our timeline. And we can select two different rows of numbers by dragging over the one row, holding down Control, and then dragging over another row. We'll hit copy and paste them in. And now we have our score in place. So we'll go ahead and move all these numbers out of the way that we won't need until later. And then we'll drag the zeros out a little bit. I know that the 0 goes along for a couple serve sequences. So let's go ahead and get back into this match, this first game. And I do have the time marker for the side out, so server 1, 001. Short serve, and I popped it right into the net. So we'll pause it there, and second serve. And here comes Dan's serve, and it's long. So we'll go ahead and pause that right there at the end of the point and drag Team 2's serve back to serve 1. Nice little rally there, but the ball goes out. And here we have our first point. So we'll go ahead and drag the 0 all the way over to the stopping point and drag the 1 over and then extend it. And here comes 101. Nice put away there, Dan. So now we're at 102. And as you can see, you can drag over the numbers to the end of the previous number and then move them side to side to wherever you need them. So it's very flexible, very modular. I'm going to go ahead and stop there right now. As you probably already know, DaVinci Resolve is a full editing product, and I'm not going to get into any of the specifics of how to cut or anything like that. There are plenty of YouTube video tutorials on how to do that in particular, but I just wanted to show off this nifty little scoreboard that I built and share the files with you. So feel free to use it. Feel free to tag me on social media at Pickleball Hangout on Instagram or also on YouTube. One thing, if you happen to add a number, if you want to change the colors, you don't like the blue, you would just drag a number onto the timeline, and as you'll see here, it takes up the whole screen the same way the scoreboard did. So we have the zoom and position of the number, and that's what we can use to move it around. So we can zoom it out like that, move the position over, move it up. Looks kind of sloppy. It's kind of slow to do it for every single point. So we can actually apply the exact same thing, exact same principle that I showed you earlier with the scoreboard. You just click on a number that's already in place, copy it, and then paste the attribute onto the new number. And a quick tip is you can actually select more than one number to paste the attributes to. So if you get one in the position that you want, you can select the whole row of numbers 1 through 11, and it'll change the attributes for every single one of those. So it's a really quick process. Not going to demonstrate it here in this video, but this is the really easy way to do a lot of work with just a little bit of effort. And if you happen to use my template, feel free to tag me. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'd love to see your creative ideas. And if there's anything I can do to help, feel free to message us on Instagram or leave a comment on YouTube at Pickleball Hangout. Thanks for hanging out with us, and have fun on the pickleball courts.